Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Femi. I do movie review recommendations and sometimes I tell stories. If you're returning, welcome. If you're new here, thank you for tuning in. Today episode of movie review is a movie titled Suky. Suky is a Nollywood movie produced by Ola Cardoso, directed by Ola Cardoso, and produced that by Bimbo Ademoye. Yeah, I had to check that up. This is my first impression of these two people, both the producer and the director. I've never really seen any movie that they produced or they directed, and I would say my first impression of them is giving copy and paste. As much as we give Nollywood to do their thing, we give Chinese movie, Japanese movie to do their thing. We know there is a lot of intrigue in Chinese movie, right? Jet Li, Jack Chan, do you remember? Of course. The same way we would want to give Nollywood chance to do their thing, but Nollywood is no longer doing their thing. They are doing other people's thing. Nollywood did not stick to their way of life. They don't stick to their journey. They just I know that art comes in different ways, okay? But Nollywood, there's something we have to speak of Nollywood. The only Nollywood movie that have definition are the old Nollywoods. You see this recent, especially all these cinema movies. Oh Jesus, I don't know what category to place them. Let's get down into the story. This is the story of a young man whose father was murdered and is fueled with anger, just to take revenge for the death of his father. So what happened? Was he able to take revenge? Yeah, I think so. But the whole thing is giving copy and paste. I am so sure. I'm still looking for the Hollywood movie that I saw that has the same storyline, because I am so sure it's a copy and paste of a Hollywood movie. Please stop. Because we are in Nigeria, do we go through all those... I've never been to prison, so I don't know. But one thing I know about Nigeria prison is once you enter, you're never coming back. All those I will look for good lawyer. You're speaking into God's ends, okay? You're just giving yourself hope. Nothing like that happened in this country. So let's continue with our story. This boy grew up. Okay. After the death of the father, they just told us 15 years later. What happened in 15 years? I understand they're trying to tell us that, he's trying to take revenge. If you're telling us about a particular character, fill us in what is going on in their life. This is not abracadabra. This is not magic, okay? You can't just introduce someone to us and tell us that's how their life ends. What happened? What leads to something? Something must have led to what makes, what ended their life. Nollywood, I always say that story writing for Nollywood, storytelling, it's so chaotic. They don't get things right. Suky should be a promising movie, but I'm so disappointed. I am so disappointed. So 15 years later, they showed Suky after the death of his father in a living room with strangers. Okay, let's assume that we know this stranger who happened to be the lawyer that was in charge of his father's case. They took him in. They are his guardians. Before we know it, he went to bed. He woke up with some sound. He came out and realized that this lawyer and his wife, pregnant wife, was killed. Okay? That was the last thing he know. When he woke up, police was already in the house. They caught him with the murder weapon and he was charged to prison. Now, in the prison, to survive, you need to join a group of fighters that fight for some corrupt politicians to survive. This survivor is not even you leaving the prison. This survivor entails you fighting one kind of stupid fight that you don't even know where it generated from. And just so you could meet the killer of your father and kill him. Take revenge. Your aim and purpose in life is just to kill the person that killed your father. We understand. But tell me why these people did not tell us anything that happened in 15 years. Nobody tell us what happened in 15 years. We just What happened? What happened in his secondary life, in his tertiary? Did he even go to school? We understand that he's trying to take revenge, but what has he been doing before that event? If he had never gone to prison, he would never take revenge. Is that what they're trying to tell us? If these people did not like kill his guardians and send him to prison, how would he won't even meet the guy that killed his father. That's number one fact. And the other thing, the guy that killed his father remains the same. What is the makeup effect doing that they did not do it? What happened to makeup? Because in every movie there's a makeup person, so they cannot even put little effect and tell us that the guy is grown. The same features, the same power, the same everything when he killed Sukomi's father. It's the same thing that he has 15 years later. Even Sukomi is not the same 15 years later, but the man that killed his father is the same after 15 years. Nollywood. And at the end of the day, he even had the effrontery to fall in love. You are fighting for your life, you fall in love. You are not trying to save the woman. Shouldn't you be concerned about yourself? If you are now, absorbed with anger, why should you care about someone else? And why didn't they tell us how Bimbo got herself into that mess? The doctor, how did she get herself into that mess? How was she able to know the prison guard, the prison officer? How did they meet? How did she end up in the prison? What did she do? Did the man have something on her? They didn't bother to tell us. You see, the story is just incomplete. At the end of the day, Suky killed that guy, and that's it. And they charged the prison guard or the prison officer with the murder of a murderer, and they brought him to that prison. Really a lot of things that happen in that movie do not make sense. Is this movie worth watching? No, please do not, please, except if you understand this movie more than I do, and please just let me know in the comment section. This is a total waste of time. I am not going to lie to anybody. It's a total waste of time, and I'm going to rate this a 2 of 10. I don't even know what the movie is all about. Even the revenge is not revenging, because if they had not come to kill his guardians, he won't have opportunity to take revenge. Anyways, that brings us to the end of my movie review. I hope you like it. If you have seen it, let me see your thoughts down below, and I will see you in my next movie review. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.